Morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time of day it might be for you, welcome to Naturally Case in Point. On today, we want to do something a little different. We want to talk to you on the level of your power. The gifts of sight or things that you might be able to foretell or see. We want to talk to you on that level because there's more to you than flesh and blood. There is a lot more to you. And I want to share with you on today my experiences on that level. And I'm going to go so far as to say they were angelic experiences. And I know that somebody out there can relate to me. I know I'm not alone in this. So please hit that like button or either just leave a comment to let me know that, hey, you heard me and you can relate to this because I am not the only one who has experienced angelic things. My first story is about this fire that was at my apartment building, and the little old lady knocking on our doors at 6:30 in the morning, and we had to evacuate. We evacuated across the street, and I guess maybe 10 or 15 minutes later, the fire trucks were coming. But at the same time the fire trucks were coming, a guy was coming down the street and he parked his car on the next door neighbor's lawn. And I thought that to be really weird. This Buick, it was like a forest green, beautiful green Buick on these people's lawn. I didn't think too much of it because, hey, it was a fire. It might have been, I don't know. I didn't think a lot of it. He comes over to us and he talks to us. And I said, well, where are you from? And he was like, oh, I just stopped by. I see you guys have a fire. I'm like, yeah. But he was talking to a lot of us over there. Fire trucks come, he goes over and talks to the firemen. But yet, if one of us attempted to go over there, we were always turned away and pushed back. But every time he went, he was allowed to talk. I thought that kind of strange. So about maybe an hour later, we were allowed back into our units. And where the fire originated was my friend Suzanne's house. I went up to Suzanne's house. She's crying, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I understand why she's crying. She says, no, Nat, I'm crying because do you know who he is? And immediately I knew that she knew it was something. We both saw the connection in him. She said that he told her everything was going to be all right. And I'm like, well, yeah, everything will be all right. You're okay. She said, no, he told me everything was going to be all right, even to my unborn child. I said, what? She said, yeah, nobody knows I'm pregnant. I just found out yesterday. So he had went to go get her some food for her and her children. Plus, she said he called each child by their first name. How would he know that? So when he came back, I excused myself because I was just in the presence of what I knew to be an angel, but I didn't want to stand in the way of whatever he had to tell her. So I excused myself. I propped myself up on my couch and I waited because there was only one way out and he had to pass by my door. I waited and I waited. 15 minutes went by, still no him. I get up and go up to her apartment. She says, well, he left as soon as he brought the food. I knew it then because what I've been told, angels don't stay around for hand claps, pats on the back, and accolades. They don't work that way. As soon as their work is done, they're gone. That's it. When she told me he had left, I raced downstairs. I said, maybe he's on the lawn because I saw him park. I went out there, and this is the story. This is what clinches it. The car was gone. But not only was the car gone, any visible evidence of the car even being there was gone. Look, this was in November, and that November, it happened to be really chilly and dew on the ground, late November. And it was dew on the ground. It was cold. It was frost. And we were standing out there in that cold. So when he drove up on the neighbor's grass, there should have been some kind of visible evidence that a car was there. There's no tire tracks on the grass. There's no dampness, no nothing. Grass is just like nothing was ever there. I knew then that I would like to think I was in the presence of an angel, straight up and down. Story number 2 is my car stalled at an intersection, and across the intersection was the garage that I was trying to take it to get repaired. While it stopped, I'm wondering, what am I going to do to get out the intersection? Nobody's with me. All of a sudden, I hear a tap on the car. He says, put the car in neutral and I'll push it. I'm like, no, it's too heavy. He said, do it, just do it. I said, it's stalled. He said, yeah, I know. I didn't think it strange then, but how did he know my car was stalled? It was just stopped at the light like any other car. Anyway, all of that happened in a brief moment. I put the car in neutral and he pushed the car, but let me tell you people, he pushed the car so hard that I had to slam on brakes to keep from hitting the pumps or anything. I mean, I didn't know that I would be going that fast. And when the car stopped, I'm digging around in my purse looking for money to give him, He's nowhere to be found. So I asked the gentleman at the service station, I said, did you see the guy who pushed my car? They were, lady, what guy? We didn't see nobody. We thought you pulled up in here, on your own speed. I said, that wasn't me. There was a guy on a 10-speed behind me that pushed my car out of the intersection. They just laughed because they didn't see him. I knew then that was an angel that did that. That was just the work of an angel. I've been in the presence of him before. So I'm asking you on today, this is story time. I know you have a story, or I know if you have one, hit the like button and let's talk about it. Share your stories, because this is the part of you that the vision that God gives a lot of us. A lot of us get a chance to witness things. Another story, I was in a car. You might be in a car and your car gets wrecked, but yet you come out of it and the car is mangled. There's no way you should have survived, but yet somewhere there's an angel. You were able to walk out of things. On today, naturally, those things happen, and we would really like to hear about them. We'll have more stories for you at a later date. But on today, think about where angels have been with you, walking with you, and a lot of them are still with you on today, naturally. We'll see you next time. If anyone out there is having a birthday on today, naturally, you have a good birthday. From us at Naturally Case in Point. We'll see you next time.